Hi, welcome to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana. I'm Sonika and the recipe that I've got for you today is a really interesting one. So why is this so interesting? It is so interesting because we're going to take a very traditional recipe and we're going to give it a slight twist to make it a little more contemporary to look at and perfect for parties. So let's quickly take a look at the ingredients to make Tamatar Par Eedu. Tomatoes, onions, eggs, potato straws or potato salli, red chili powder, salt, finely chopped green chilies, coriander powder, cumin powder, turmeric powder, garam masala powder, oil, finely chopped coriander, grated cheese. So the recipe that we're making is called Tamatar Par Eedu and it's a really delicious recipe. It's a very traditional Parsi recipe and the Parsis love their eggs. They can eat eggs with just about anything. So the one that we're preparing today is with a very simple tomato chutney. So to start making it, I'm just going to heat some oil in a pan. So now that the oil has gone nice and hot, I'm just going to add the chopped onions into it. And I'm going to fry these till they get a nice golden brown color. If you want, at this point, you could even add some chopped ginger and some chopped garlic into it. But we're keeping it very simple with very basic spices. So now, like you can see, the onions have gone a very nice, slightly pink goldenish color. At this point, I'm going to add in the tomatoes. So in go a big bowl full of tomatoes that we've been chopped. And now we're going to saute these and we're going to cook them till the tomatoes go nice and soft and pulpy. It's been around a minute and the tomatoes have gone slightly soft and pulpy. At this stage, I'm going to add in all the powdered spices. So let's start with some red chili powder. I'm going to add a good amount of that because that's where a lot of the spice is coming from. I'm going to add some coriander powder. Let's add some cumin powder too. Some finely chopped green chilies. Add in a hint of turmeric powder. Finally, some salt for seasoning. And now I want to give all of this a good mix so that my masalas are beautifully incorporated along with the tomatoes and the onions. And now we're going to cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes on medium heat or till the masalas are perfectly cooked and the oil starts separating from the sides. So our tomato mixture seems like it's perfectly cooked. At this point, I'm just going to add in a tiny splash of water just to make sure it cooks through really well and all the ingredients are nice and homogeneous. So once I've added the splash of water to bring this all together, I'm going to just mix it and I'm going to turn up the heat and we're going to cook this mixture till it goes relatively dry. Now, while the tomato mixture is cooking, we're going to get ready to assemble the rest of our dish, which is really simple. So for that, I've got these individual bowls with me. You could also make this in a large, big casserole or in ramekin molds. Make them in these because they're going to have these beautiful layers and I want them to be visible. But first, let's add some finely chopped green coriander into this. So a burst of fresh coriander goes in and I want to give it one good mix. And also a tiny little pinch of some garam masala powder. And I'm just going to give it one good mix and we're going to let it stay here while we start prepping this dish together. So now after our tomato mixture is ready, we've added the final sprinkling of coriander and garam masala powder to it. We can start putting our dish together, for which I've got some potato straws with me. Now this is called potato salli and they're very similar to potato chips and or potato sticks, and this is another Parsi favorite. So they totally love this and we're going to make use of this in the recipe. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm just going to place a handful of these potato straws in each of the bowls, and into this we're going to add the beautiful tomato mixture that we made. I'm just going to use a spoon to spread it out evenly. And now it's time for the next layer, which is another all-time favorite, that is cheese. I'm using cheddar cheese here, which has been grated. You could also use mozzarella or any other cheese of your choice. So while we're putting this together, the oven is getting preheated and we're going to bake these at 180 degrees Celsius. Now over this, since it's a Tamatar Par Eedu, I'm going to place a thin slice of tomato. And now for the star in this recipe, we're going to break an egg over each of this. And I'm going to very carefully crack open an egg over this. And now we're going to cook these in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 5 to 7 minutes. Now 5 to 7 minutes is perfect time for the eggs to be cooked but slightly runny in the center. Now that's how I like my egg yolks, but if you want yours to be perfectly cooked, then you bake them for as long as you'd like them to. I've got the Tamatar Par Eedu out of the oven and now I'm just going to garnish it with a little bit of paprika powder. Also going to sprinkle some fresh coriander on it. So here it is, a fabulous recipe which is perfect for parties. You could also bake this in one large ramekin mold, and you could cook this in a microwave too. You could even steam these delicious delights. But as of now, we're just going to start plating them. So now I'm simply just going to place these on this platter, and it's a perfect recipe for a party. So here it is, a fabulous party dish, a very traditional Parsi recipe which is turned into something so glamorous and so beautiful. It is going to be a hit at all your parties. Hi, I'm Sonika and you're watching me on Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana. If you like the videos that we're doing on our channel and if you are learning something from them, make sure you do subscribe to the channel.